When you own a home, well, it's really easy. You have a deed that goes with that home. When it comes time to sell that home, we go and find who actually owns it, whether it's the bank or if you own it outright. But when it comes to an estate, there might be a little bit more to it. We've brought in Kurt Franke for the legal side of real estate and the law offices of Kurt A. Franke to talk about that estate holding, right, Kurt?
That's correct.
Okay, now tell us about some different scenarios and some different ways to hold an estate. What do you need to do there?
Well, one way a lot of people, it used to be used extensively and not so much anymore, but it's called a life estate, where somebody can hold and possess and enjoy the property during the course of their life, but to whomever that is deeded to, once that person dies, it will go to another person that is called a remainderment. So you can actually control, you can deed it to a person for their life and control who it goes to after their life.
When do these situations change? What would change somebody setting up this estate or changing these situations?
Sometimes people want, if it's a family home, for instance,
okay,
and the person wants to ensure that their spouse can stay in that home during the spouse's life, but wants to make sure that it stays in the family later on. So after that person, after the first person dies, who's created a life estate in the spouse lives in the property for their life, and then after the spouse dies, it reverts back to the family.
And back in the East, where homes are 200 and 300 years old, as opposed to out here where things are like 30 years old, that's a regular thing, I'm sure, but it's becoming more and more common, I'm sure, as you have family estates out west.
That's right, and you'll also see it when somebody wants to donate it, say, to a land trust or a charity. They'll create a life estate in their own life, and then after their life, after they die, it automatically goes to that land trust, and they get some tax benefits from that as well.
The tax benefits that you put in there. Now, can this be done only when you buy the home? Obviously not. When can this be set up?
It can be set up at any point during the time the person owns the property. Okay. The one caveat on that, or the one thing they want to be careful of, is once it's set into place, then that remainder person, the person at the other end, has an interest in it, so you can't change it once you've done it.
All right. If you want to know more about setting up an estate, you can give Kurt a call. Set up an appointment. How do they do that, Kurt?
You can call me at 827-6100 and speak with Linda. She'd be glad to set up an appointment. Or you can go to my website. That's LOKAF, LOKAF.com.
And you can see videos on there and find out a little bit more about the legal side of real estate. But set up an appointment and find out exactly if this is right for you, right, Kurt?
Absolutely. I think you definitely want to talk to an attorney and probably an estate planning attorney before you do something like that.
Very good. All right. That's the legal side of real estate with Kurt Franke. Thanks, Kurt.
Thank you.
Good stuff as always.